In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can edit your pictures to make them look more professional. So let's get started. Hey, what's up guys, Dhruval here, and as you can see, this is the final output and this is the original image. Now if you want to use this image, it's from eventart.com and the download link is in video description, so feel free to use it. So first of all, let's double click on the background and unlock it. Then I'm gonna make a copy of it, press Ctrl J. After that, go and press Ctrl T, and then I'm gonna rotate it a little bit, as you can see, so the model is a bit more aligned. So that looks pretty nice, and then I'm gonna go and make it bigger. So I think that's pretty good. Then go and confirm it, and after that again press Ctrl T, and this time make the image a bit more smaller like this. Then go and confirm it. So now if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. After that, go and create an adjustment layer and select curves. In the curves, let's keep it here. In the curves, first of all, make a dot here and bring it slightly down so we don't lose a lot of contrast, and then pull this point a little bit up. Don't do it too much or it will make image look really flat. So that's more than enough. Then go to blues. In the blues, add bunch of blues. Don't worry about it. Turn off it. Okay, so that looks pretty nice. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to balance that out. Don't do it too much so the skin tone looks better. So that's nice. Let's go back to the RGB and add a bit more contrast. I think here. Looks pretty good. Go and close it. So if I turn it on and off, it has already started taking shape. After that, go and create another adjustment layer, and this time select selective colors. In the selective colors, I'm gonna go and start with the reds. In the reds, add bunch of reds so her hair gets a little bit more punch. Then I'm gonna also add a little bit of magenta, not too much, so I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of black for the contrast. After that, jump to your greens for the leaves. In the magenta slider, add a lot of greens so we have more saturation in the leaves. That looks pretty good. And then go to your blacks and add bunch of blacks so we have nice contrast in leaves as well. Looks pretty good. Now let's go and jump to the neutrals. In the neutrals, I'm gonna add a bunch of black, not too much. I think 8 is enough. And then I'm gonna go to my blacks, and this time I'm gonna remove the slider in negative. That's why we added a bit more contrast in neutrals. So this is way too much obviously, so I'm gonna let's go and make it -8 as well, or let's try -10. Pretty good, looks nice. Go and close it. So if I turn it on and off, the image is already taking shape. Looks pretty good. Now let's make her eyes a bit more bright. For that, I'm gonna zoom in, then go and create new adjustment layer and select curves. In the curves, simply go and make it a bit brighter. Not too much. I'm gonna make it bright from here and then a touch from here. Looks pretty good. Then go and close it. Only focus on the eyes, nowhere else. So I'm gonna select my mask and then press Ctrl I. So for a moment we can't see anything. So I'm gonna go and select my brush, and in the brush go and select white color, pure white, and make sure opacity is 100%. Right click and make sure hardness is 0%. And then I'm gonna zoom in and paint only and only eye. Select layer mask and let's go and paint. So if I zoom out, and we can see the eyes look much more alive. So let's zoom out all the way. After that, go and create another adjustment layer, and this time I'm gonna go and select a solid color. In the solid, you have to select something that's almost black but not completely. So if you want exact code, my color was 151515. Then go and close it. Then go and change its blending mode to, where is it, exclusion. So if I turn it on and off, it gives that really hazy look, but I don't want it on entire image. So I'm gonna select my layer mask here, grab my brush tool and make sure color is black because we want to remove it. Make the brush really big and remove it from this center part. I only want in the surrounding, so it gives that really nice mood. So now if I turn it on and off, see, it looks better and it has started blending really nice. We are going pretty good, and now I want to bring back some details on this hand. So for that, I'm going to show you a trick. Go and create a new blank layer from here and then press Ctrl Alt Shift and E. So you have a JPG inside Photoshop of the document. Then go to your image, adjustment, and this time I'm going to go and select shadows and highlights. Here, go to your radius and bring it down. And if you don't see these options, just click on show more option and you will have it. So I'm gonna go and click the radius down, make the shadow 0, and increase the highlights a bit more here, amount. So only focus on the hand here. See, we're getting these details really nice. So looks good. I'm gonna go and keep it here. Perfect. Go and hit OK. Now again, I'm gonna go and apply a layer mask. Then make sure you have selected your layer mask and then press Ctrl I. So everything's hidden. Now I'm gonna select my brush, and since we wanna reveal it, I'm gonna go to my white color and then make the brush bit smaller and paint where the hand is. If it looks bit blotchy, don't worry about it. Just simply paint over on the entire hand. So let's go and do it. So now if I turn it on and off, as you can see, it looks really strong. So I'm gonna go and make the opacity somewhere around 50%. And I think now it blends in a lot better. I'm also gonna show you a way how to deal with these patches, but before that, let's go and create new adjustment layer. And this time I'm gonna select channel mixer. Here I'm gonna add bunch of red, somewhere around like 150 for this hair. And then I'm gonna add bunch of green for the leaves. Make it somewhere around like 130, let's say. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. And then I will increase my blue to remove that tint. So keep it up until you get rid of the entire tint. So I think looks pretty good. Let's go and close it. So if I turn it on and off, as you can see, now the color tones look much better. But the problem is the face looks pretty weird, and the hand skin as well. So select your mask, select the brush, and this time black color because we want to remove it. Just remove it from entire skin. So now if I turn it on and off, as you can see, the skin also looks really nice. Now I'm gonna show you how to deal with these patches. So for that, go and create a new blank layer from here and then press Shift Backspace. And here in the option, go and select 50% gray, hit OK. It's basic dodging and burning, and change the blending mode to soft light. And here in the tools, right click and select the dodge tool. In the dodge, make sure it's highlight and make sure you're not more than 10% because it's really strong. So I'm keeping it at 7, and then go and start painting where you see these dark patches, and it will eventually go away. It takes time and practice, but once you get hand of it, it's really useful. So let's go and do it a little bit here. So now if I turn it on and off, as you can see, the shadows look much better. And as you can see, I did little too much, so there's no problem. You can simply just go and decrease the opacity so you can always see the details where you want. And I think it looks pretty okay. And the effect is also almost done. So for the final step, go and create new adjustment layer and select gradient. In the gradient, go here. And instead of this yellow color, I'm gonna go and make it pure black, hit OK. And also on this side, go and make it pure black, hit OK, OK. And in the style, I'm gonna go and make it radial, and in the where is it, make it reverse so it's on the outside. And in the scale, make it somewhere around 250. So let's say, yep, that looks better. And adjust the gradient so her face is the brightest, and we have gradient on the outside. Then simply go and hit OK. So now if I turn it on and off, as you can see, it looks better, but I don't want it in some areas. So for that, I'm gonna go and select the layer mask, get the brush, black color, and make it really big, like real big, and remove it from certain areas where I don't need it. So now if I turn it on and off, she is in much more focus. And if you think the gradient is way too strong, I'm gonna go and reduce the opacity somewhere around like 80%. And now if I turn it on and off, it blends in a lot better. So I think this turned out pretty good for the tutorial, and once you get practice of it, you can do it much faster. So I really hope that you guys learned something from this video, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, feel free to ask me in comment section below. And if you want to check out more tutorials by me, you can click on any of these boxes. Plus you can subscribe to my channel, so every time I upload a new video, you will get the update. So till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.